The Model 3 is Tesla's most affordable electric car, with a promised starting price of $35,000. Hundreds of thousands of Americans have put down a $1,000 deposit for one. Almost all of them are still waiting for the chance to order. At Edmunds, however, we've purchased and taken delivery of one of the first Model 3s out. And we've driven it more than 3,000 miles so far. Some early owners of Tesla's Model 3 are reporting quality problems. Do buyers care? It's not our first Tesla. We've previously bought and conducted 18-month tests of the Model S sedan and the Model X SUV. We've sampled most other electric vehicles on the market too. Here's what we can say so far about living with our Tesla Model 3 sedan. We're going to get this out of the way first. Tesla's scramble to increase its Model 3 production seems to have adversely affected Model 3 build quality, at least on the basis of our tiny sample of one. Body panel gaps are inconsistent, reflecting a lack of attention to detail, and this applies not only to our own car, but even to Model 3s we've seen on display. After we brought ours home, we discovered it also had a cracked vanity mirror and a broken driver's seat shell. In our first 6 weeks, we've had to do the equivalent of a Windows PC's Ctrl Alt Del reboot of the all-important touchscreen about a dozen times. We've called a Tesla service center about the problems, but have had difficulty getting an appointment. Drive-ups were not welcome, so our parts were ordered based on photographs alone. Weeks later, we're still waiting for word and it's hard to get answers. The Model 3's minimalist interior is dominated by its huge central touchscreen. There are no gauges, no knobs and no switches except for door-mounted window controls. It looks clean and futuristic, but ease of use isn't as stellar. Certain controls are accessed from a couple of multi-axis roller buttons on the steering wheel. For just about everything else, you'll be reaching for the touchscreen to access wiper controls, adjust cruise control speed, and even to switch between modes on the audio system. You get used to it, but this approach increases the chances of driver distraction. The Model 3 doesn't play well with smartphones either. It lacks Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, two systems that easily integrate many of your phone's apps with the vehicle. And its USB ports cannot deliver any music, audiobook or podcast files from your phone to the audio system. The only way to listen to your media files is to stream them using Bluetooth audio. Those issues aside, we enjoy driving the Model 3. It feels sorted and sporty when you're driving around turns, and the electric motor delivers plenty of thrust. It's dramatically quicker and more engaging to drive than other popular EVs, such as the BMW i3 and the Chevrolet Bolt. The premium feel experienced in the Model S and the Model X is also present. Currently, Tesla is only building rear-wheel drive Model 3 sedans with the expensive 310-mile long-range battery. The smaller battery and its purported 220-mile range and $35,000 price are still some months away. Edmunds paid $56,000 for its fully loaded Model 3. At first, we were ready to conclude that it's not worth paying more for the big battery. In a regular gasoline car, 300 miles feels like a minimum because no one likes to stop for gas often. By contrast, you can charge an electric car at home every night, and at that point, 220 miles is more than enough for daily use. But there are reasons to go big. Of course, it's an advantage for those who drive farther than average or can't charge every day. But it also has to do with charging speed at Tesla's network of superchargers. If you've got a Model 3 with a bigger battery, you won't need to spend as much time hooked up to a supercharger station. Because charge rates slow down as batteries get closer to full, it actually takes less time to bring a 310-mile battery up to 200 miles of range, which is likely all you'll need to get to the next station, then doing the same with the smaller 220-mile battery. The difference could amount to 15 minutes or more per stop, which could really add up during an extended road trip. Edmunds says, Tesla does things differently, which is both a strength and a weakness. The new Model 3 sets a new standard for what an affordable electric vehicle can be. But initial problems highlight Tesla's inexperience with mass-market production. This story was provided to the Associated Press by the automotive website Edmunds. Dan Edmunds, no relation, is the director of vehicle testing at Edmunds.
The 2018 Nissan Leaf is a game-changer. The world's best-selling electric vehicle was named the Best of Innovation by the Consumer Technology Association at the 2018 Consumer Electronics Show. With its sleek lines, this all-new Leaf is a lot sexier than its dorky predecessor. Appearance alone, it looks like an offspring of the Nissan Murano. Nissan has taken the bold step to offer an all-electric vehicle that fully charges in roughly 80 minutes, and travels 150 miles on a charge from its 40 kWh battery. Charging can now be done at home, with a 240-volt home charging dock and on the go at electric charging stations, unlike EVs of the past. What makes the 2018 Nissan Leaf even more attractive is the only time you will need to stop at a gas station will be to vacuum the interior or possibly for air in your tires because there's no need to fill a gas tank. For those of us who frequent the LA freeways, no more ducking and dodging California highway patrol, because you now have the freedom to drive solo in the carpool and HOV lanes. Seamlessly connect to your iPhone with Apple CarPlay and customize your drive. Finding charging stations is a breeze with the customizable application. While the Nissan Leaf is designed to be eco-friendly and to compact, it is quite spacious when it comes to hauling cargo. The trunk is roomy, offering 24 cubic feet. Prices starts at $29,990, before a $7,500 federal tax credit.
Subaru has priced up the 2019 Ascent, its highly anticipated return to the three-row SUV segment. Built as the largest Subaru ever, the family SUV can be had in 7 or 8 passenger versions, all of which come with all-wheel drive as standard, just like the automaker's other cars. Unveiled back in November 2017, the Ascent was Subaru's tentative return to the three-row segment. Its predecessor, the Subaru Tribeca, was axed in 2012, having been derided as one of the worst cars in America at the time. Since then, of course, SUVs have taken off and models with a third row are big business for families looking to carry all their kids, pets, and cargo. From that perspective, there's plenty to like about the 2019 Ascent. It can be had with either a bench seat in the second row, for a total of 8 people inside, or captain's chairs, for a maximum of 7. Built on Subaru's global platform, only with an extension to take the wheelbase to almost 114 inches, it has up to 153.5 cubic feet of passenger volume, and up to 86.5 cubic feet of cargo space. It's the thoughtful details which are likely to win over SUV shoppers. The rear doors open to a wider 75 degrees, for example, to make getting into the third row more straightforward. Each of the 2 rear rows can split 60/40, for a total of 9 different seating configurations. There's a whopping 19 cup and bottle holders, suggesting that no Ascent family need ever go thirsty. Speaking of thirst, there's a new 2.4-liter Boxer engine under the hood and a Lean-Artronic CVT. Together, Subaru says they'll do up to 21 mpg in the city, 27 mpg on the highway, and 23 mpg combined, or more than 500 miles on a full tank of gas, Step up to the trims with 20-inch wheels, meanwhile, from the 18-inch standard fit wheels, and those numbers drop by 1 mpg respectively. As for on the road, you get 260 horsepower, at 5,600 RPMs, and 277 pounds-ft of torque between 2,000 and 4,800 RPMs. The CVT can be switched into a manual mode which mimics an 8-speed gearbox, and there's hill descent control. The 2019 Ascent can tow up to 5,000 pounds, and there's trailer stability assist to automatically combat sway. Options include 4G LTE with a Wi-Fi hotspot, Subaru's Starlink connected services with features like remote start, geofencing, and speed alerts on your phone, and a Safety Plus package with SOS assistance and automatically collision notifications. Standard, meanwhile, is Subaru's EyeSight driver assist technology. That includes adaptive cruise control, lane departure warnings, automatic pre-collision braking, and pre-collision throttle management. Subaru offers a head-up display as an option too. Blind spot detection with lane change assist and rear cross-traffic alerts are also available, as are auto high beams and reverse automatic braking. 3-zone climate control is standard, together with a 6.5-inch infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto support. That's on the $31,995 base trim 2019 Ascent. Step up to premium, from $34,195, and you get an 8-inch touchscreen, heated front seats, and more. The 2019 Ascent Premium comes in from $34,195, with features like blind spot detection and the Wi-Fi hotspot, while finally there's the Ascent Limited, from $38,995. That adds leather seats, LED headlamps which swivel as you steer, and more. Subaru says the SUV should arrive in dealerships this summer.